My child, listen carefully and keep these words in your heart, for they are not human words but come from above. I have made a serious decision about your life. This decision was conceived before you were born, before the stars were placed in the sky. It was in my eternal presence, in the counsel of my divine wisdom, where I determined the time you would spend on this earth, the purpose I would entrust to you, and the path by which I would guide you. I want you to know this today, because you have been walking without fully understanding the dimension of what I have placed in your hands. You were not created by accident, nor are you here by chance. You are the fruit of my perfect will, formed in the womb with a specific plan, with a calling that transcends your human understanding. I formed you with tenderness. I intricately wove every part of your being with intention, and with the breath of my breath, I breathed life into you. I have seen every step you have taken, even those in which you stumbled. I have been there, even when you didn't know it, holding you up when the pain clouded your vision, whispering hope when the voices of the world tried to confuse you. Nothing you have gone through has been in vain. Every tear, every silent night, every unanswered question. I have seen it all, gathered it in my hands, and kept it as testimony that I have faithfully accompanied you. Now I tell you, I have placed before you this decision, and it is not a decision made hastily or with indifference. I have thought it through deeply with a love that only an eternal Father can have. It is a decision concerning your destiny, the reason why you were sent into the world. Your life is a treasure to me, a gift of immeasurable value. Many see the years as a measure of time, but I, your God, measure time by the fulfillment of purpose. And I want you to understand this. You are not here just to exist, but to fulfill what was determined for you before the foundation of the world. Your time here is not assured by the calendar of men, but by my will. There is a calling upon you, a heavenly design that bears your name. I have written the days of your life in my book. And although the enemy has tried to steal, kill, and destroy, I, the Lord, am restoring and redirecting everything according to my will. That is why today I speak to you clearly. Do not be confused any longer by the voices of this world. Do not ignore the signs I have shown you. There are things you cannot see now, but soon you will understand. I am calling you urgently because time is short and the day is approaching. This word does not come to you by chance. It is my voice resonating in your spirit, wakening you, shaking you, telling you, it is time. It is time to stop walking with a divided heart, to stop listening to what does not build you up, and to turn your face fully towards me. You are not alone. You have never been. Even when you thought I had forgotten you, I was working in silence, protecting you from the evil you could not see, freeing you from decisions that would have destroyed you, and preserving your life, because I have plans higher than your thoughts. Today I reveal a portion of my heart to you, a decision that will change the course of your existence if you choose to walk with me. Stay here. Listen to every word that comes from me. Do not close your heart as you have before. Do not take this opportunity for granted, for what you are receiving is an act of mercy, a display of my grace. There is still time, but it will not be so forever. This message is more than comfort. It is a holy warning, a sacred invitation. The path is open, but you must decide if you will walk in it. Do not close your ears, do not harden your heart, because I speak to you with eternal love and with the seriousness that the moment requires. I am before you as your Creator, as the one who breathed life into your being, and I come to reveal to you the thoughts I have about you. thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Today I want you to listen not with the ears of the body, but with the ears of the Spirit. This word is not of human inspiration. It is my voice speaking directly to you, because the time is now, and I do not want you to miss what I have reserved for you. I want you to know that I have created you with a divine mission that only you can fulfill. It is not a generic mission. It is not something that can be replaced or delegated. I formed you with precision, with purpose, with specific intentions that were born from my heart. In the midst of billions of souls, you were called by your name. I knew you before you were conceived. I saw you when you were not yet visible to men, and I wrote each of your days before even one had come to pass. I know that the trials you face are not small. I know your struggles, your deepest thoughts, the fears you have never confessed to anyone. I know that there are times when you question whether you are walking in the right direction. Sometimes, fatigue, confusion, and the noise of the world try to drown my voice within you. But today I tell you clearly, you are exactly where you need to be. There is no mistake in your path. Nothing has happened by chance. Every step, even those you thought were wrong, has been part of my redemptive work in you. Every fall has been an opportunity to lift your gaze. Every wound, though painful, has been a door for my grace to flow more deeply within you. Nothing has been in vain. I, the Lord, am the one who straightens what is crooked, who turns ashes into glory, who changes mourning into dancing. I am shaping you, refining you in the fire of my purpose, like the silversmith who works with the purest gold. Do not shy away from the process, for although it hurts, it is producing in you an eternal weight of glory. I am making you into the person I have always known you to be. You may not see it fully yet, but I see the end from the beginning, and what I see is beautiful. I am making you into a living testimony, a light that shines in the midst of darkness. I understand the fears that arise when you think about your time on this earth. You wonder, how much time do I have left? What is the true purpose of this life? I am making the difference. These questions do not offend me. They are part of your soul searching for its origin, its truth, its destiny. And I answer you with tenderness. Your time is in my hands. Each of your days has been measured with divine precision. You are not living by accident. You are not breathing without purpose. Do not allow the enemy to steal your peace with thoughts of uncertainty. Do not fall into the trap of living in fear of what is to come. I am already in the future, and I have prepared each step. The enemy wants you to become distracted, to lose your focus, to live worried about the duration of your life and not about the depth of your purpose. But I tell you today, your life is not measured by the years, but by the fulfillment of your calling. Take advantage of every moment. Use your time as one who knows that each day is a sacred gift. I am your refuge. I am your strength. Even in the days of darkness, when you feel that everything is lost, remember that I am the God who makes roads in the desert and rivers in the wilderness. I have not forgotten you. I have not withdrawn my hand from you. If you are hearing this, it is because I still have plans for you, because there is still purpose in your existence. Listen carefully. You are not too late. You have not failed beyond redemption. You have not ruined your destiny. If you are alive, you can still walk in what I prepared for you. My love is greater than your mistakes. My mercy is renewed every morning, and today I extend it to you once more. I only need you to believe, to listen to me, to say yes to what I am doing, even if you do not fully understand it. Stay with me. Listen to my voice. Do not close your heart. There is more that I must reveal to you, more that you need to know. This is only part of the message, and remember, your days are in my hands, and as long as you follow me, you will walk in light, not in shadow. I've observed every one of your thoughts, even those you dare not say aloud. There is no corner of your soul that is unknown to me. I know your deepest fears, those that rise in the night when everything seems silent. And I know the weight you carry in your heart, the worries, the wounds from the past, the questions that rise again and again. I have seen it all, and yet I have not turned away. Your fragility has not surprised me, nor has your confusion shocked me. In my mercy, I have upheld you even when you felt like you were falling apart inside. There is a greater work in progress, one that goes beyond what your senses can perceive. As you look at the present and try to decipher what is happening, I am working in a higher dimension, weaving with invisible threads an eternal purpose. Every person you have met, every unexpected circumstance, even those you considered mistakes or failures, have been part of the divine design to reveal to you who you truly are in my plan. Because it is not all about what you can achieve, but about what I am forming within you. It has been forged in the silence, in the place where no one applauds or celebrates. And it is there, far from human recognition, that I have done the deepest works. While others look at the external, I have been building in the secret, where integrity is cultivated, faith remains when there are no answers, and obedience does not depend on full understanding. There is no part of your story that I discard. Even the seasons you thought were empty are full of meaning. I have allowed you to walk certain paths not to punish you, but to equip you. The most valuable lessons are not learned in comfort, but in moments of apparent uncertainty. There, when your soul cries out and does not receive an immediate answer, is where I have been revealing my faithfulness. Though your eyes could not see it, my hands were covering you. And though you felt like you were losing, in reality, I was preserving you. Your worth is not defined by the opinions others have of you, nor by visible results. It is determined by what I have said of you from eternity. I do not measure as the world measures. I am not guided by appearances, fame, or human strength. I see the heart, and I have seen yours through it all. I have noticed every attempt, every cry, every decision you made to move forward, even when no one else knew. There are moments that mark a before and an after, and this is one of them. What I am telling you today is not something to take lightly. These are not words to impress you, but to transform you. The time you have lived up until now has been preparation, but there is a transition ahead of you. Something new is about to emerge, not because you deserve it by your merits, but because the fulfillment of the time I marked has come. And in that time, what seems still will begin to move. I have been positioning you. You have felt interruptions, delays, sudden changes, but nothing was accidental. Everything has been direction. Where you thought there was chaos, there was actually precision. For I am the God who uses the weak to shame the strong, the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. In the same way, I have been using your process to create something that transcends your understanding. Now it is crucial that you understand this. Distractions are not innocent. The voices that compete with mine, the pleasures that promise temporary relief, the decisions made without consulting me, all of these have the power to steer you off course. not because I have withdrawn my hand, but because you can stray from the path that has been laid out. That is why it is necessary for you to examine your focus. It is not enough to desire the purpose. You must walk in it with determination. I will not leave you without direction. I would never let you go to navigate alone. But you need to leave certain things behind, not because they are inherently bad, but because they have no place in what is to come. You are crossing an invisible line between what was and what will be. The past should no longer have dominion. Decisions must now be made with wisdom. There is still much to say, much to reveal. This message does not end here. It is a continuation of the call I placed upon you before the ages. Your spirit knows it. There is something inside you that is awakening to the sound of these words. Do not ignore it. The course of your existence has been carefully established since before the light touched the face of the earth. Even when uncertainty surrounds you and everything seems to move out of your control, nothing has escaped my domain. You are not in this stage of your life by mistake. The times and seasons submit to my voice, and every event, no matter how small or large it may seem, has been part of an eternal design that you are yet to fully understand. There are things that have been planted deep within you for a long time. Talents, thoughts, desires that you have not yet fully defined. They are not inventions of chance, but sacred deposits I placed in the innermost part of your being. I have been gradually awakening you to those spiritual seeds through experiences that, although difficult, have served to break the ground and prepare the soil for them to bloom. The inner struggle you feel is not a sign of weakness, but of the life that is germinating within you. Many moments have seemed dark to you, as if you were walking in the fog without knowing where you are heading. But that lack of clarity does not mean abandonment. On the contrary, I have been closer to you in those moments, speaking to you in ways that you haven't always recognized. A lack of understanding is not the absence of direction. Often, I reveal my will step by step, because complete knowledge could overwhelm you. Trust in the rhythm I have established. Every step obeys a greater purpose. There are things you still cannot see because my wisdom is working beyond the visible. I have not called you to understand everything, but to walk with me in trust. My ways are not like yours. My thoughts are not governed by the logic of this world. When I close a door, I do not do it carelessly, but because I am guiding you to another one you would not have chosen, but which contains the fullness of what I have prepared for you. I do not ask you to pretend to have all the answers. I do not expect perfection. What I seek is willingness. A heart that says yes even in the midst of uncertainty. I have been removing the noise around you, leading you to quieter places, not as punishment, but as preparation. In the calm, I have begun to reveal things that can only be heard when the other voices are silent. In that silence, I am teaching you to recognize me beyond emotions and feelings. I am teaching you to walk in maturity, not by impulses, but by conviction. Your story is not ordinary, and that is why the process has been different. Others advance quickly and without interruptions, but what I am building with you requires depth, not speed. It is a foundation that must support what is to come, because what I have reserved is not small, and it cannot rest on unstable structures. Every delay has been a work of celestial engineering, strengthening what no one sees so that it does not collapse when the visible manifestation comes. There are people who will not understand what you are living or the intensity of what you feel in the secret. Do not stop to explain it all. It is not your responsibility to convince others of what I have placed within you. In due time, What is of the Spirit will be evident, and what seemed invisible will become a testimony. But before that manifestation, there must be a deep surrender. It is not just about what you do, but about who you are becoming as you follow me. At this moment, what is at stake is not a simple choice of path, but alignment with a heavenly design that has carried your name from the beginning. Even your weaknesses have been taken into account. There is no part of you that cannot be used by my hands when surrendered to my will. Even mistakes can become platforms of grace if you allow me to transform you from within. Prepare your inner self, not with fear, but with reverence. Sharpen your ear not to seek what you want to hear, but to receive what you need. Because in the next stage, it will not be enough to know about me. It will be necessary to live in me. Knowledge without surrender will leave you incomplete, but obedience will open doors that you could never imagine by your own strength. This stage is not the end. It is the crossing into new territory, and although it may seem unknown, it has already been explored by my presence. You are moving toward what was prepared for you before time. Do not cling to the past, because what is to come cannot be contained by the old. Let me shape you. Allow me to guide you. I am with you. My word will not return void. There are determined moments by my will in which the course of a person's life takes an invisible but decisive turn. It is not announced with noise, nor is it perceived with immediate clarity, but it changes everything. This is one of those moments. What you are living now is not just another stage. It is a spiritual intersection. You do not see it with natural eyes, but in the invisible, the pieces of an eternal transition are moving. Nothing will be the same after this, not because something external has changed, but because I am reclaiming what belongs to me within you. I have been allowing a series of situations in your environment, not to destroy you, but to reveal to you what needs to be removed. Certain things cannot move forward with you into what is to come. You have become accustomed to them. You may even have come to believe that they are an essential part of you, but they are not. There are patterns, thoughts, habits, and internal structures that were useful at one time, but now have become weights. I do not say this to condemn you, but to free you, because what I have destined for your next steps require spiritual lightness, a renewed mind, and an open heart. What is coming demands separation, not physical isolation, but separation from what contaminates the soul. This includes voices, paths, motivations, even ways of thinking that once went unnoticed. I am refining not only your external decisions, but the root of your intentions. For to walk in the level of clarity and authority that is yours, you must learn to distinguish between what is good and what is true, between what is acceptable and what is holy, between what is urgent and what is eternal. It is no longer a time for the superficial. You have been called to the deep. It is not about doing more, but about being transformed. I am more interested in your communion with me than in your works. What you build outside of my direction will not withstand the test of time. But what originates in intimacy with me will endure, even if at first it seems small or insignificant. It is in the stillness where I reveal my secrets and in obedience where I bring them to reality. You do not need to prove anything. The only thing needed is surrender, allowing my truth to penetrate to the deepest parts of your being. I have set before you paths that lead to different places. One is more comfortable, more accepted by those around you, more predictable. The other seems uncertain, even risky, but it carries the weight of my presence. I will not force you to choose. I have never imposed my will, but I have left marks, signs, and confirmations that indicate to you which is the right path. If you pay attention, you will see that you already know. You have known it deep inside for some time. You only need the courage to embrace it completely. What prevents progress is not the lack of vision, but the attachment to what is familiar. But you must understand that true faith does not depend on visible guarantees. Do not expect to have everything clear before moving. I did not call those who had everything figured out. I called those who, in their uncertainty, were willing to trust. So now I call you to walk knowing that you will not see the whole map, but you will see each necessary step in its moment. That is the difference between walking by sight and walking by faith. Many times I have whispered direction in the midst of your thoughts, but doubt, noise, and hurry have drowned out my voice. However, I continue to speak. My message has not changed. My plans have not been frustrated. What I promised remains firm. Even though time has passed, I do not retract. I do not forget what I have spoken over you. Even the things others have despised, even the gifts you yourself have underestimated, remain active before me. And the time will come very soon when what I have kept in secret will be manifested for all to see. Let me be prepared, because with greater purpose comes greater responsibility. You will not be able to live divided between two thoughts. There is no more space for neutrality. You are being called to total alignment. It is no longer enough to have moments of devotion. It is about living in constant connection. The place I want to take you requires continuous discernment, sincere humility, and daily dependence. That is why I have been forming you in this way, not to punish you, but to equip you. When the time comes to act, you will know. There will be no confusion, because you will have learned to recognize my voice amidst the tumult. Then, you will look back and understand that everything made sense, that even the waiting seasons were fields of training for the new ground you are about to step on. The stage you are beginning is not light. It carries the weight of eternity in its structure. That is why you must walk with intention, with depth, with reverence. You have been chosen not only to experience blessings, but to be a bearer of purpose in the midst of a world that has forgotten the eternal. I will sustain you in the process. You will lack no direction, no strength, no provision. I have begun a work, and I will not rest until I perfect it.